Sawadee Club. Welcome to Phuket High channel, and today you are with me, Korn Phuket High, with the Grind Never Stop podcast. And today we have a very special guest. Please welcome Naty Tokes.
Yay!
สวัสดีครับคุณ Naty.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited
Me
to
too,
be here. I'm very grateful for the invitation to be here.
Yeah,
so
for sure. We need to know people like you. First of all, how long you been here in Phuket for this time?
To tell you a little about me, I am originally from Colombia, but I've been living in Mexico for the past 9 years. And now I'm traveling the world. I've been traveling Asia for the past 2 months.
2 months already? I'm so jealous.
I see, it's been amazing. And 1 week in Phuket.
1 week in Phuket.
Yes.
And this is your first time, Anna?
It's my first time.
It's your first
in
time.
Thailand,
Me and the Phuket people, we welcome to Phuket Club, and welcome to be a part of us of Phuket High today too. Let we know more. I know everyone want to know about her, how the pretty lady concerned with cannabis like me. So yes, please let us know about you.
Okay, so I am a cannabis concierge. I've been smoking cannabis for the past 15 years.
Wow.
And since the first time I smoked, it felt good on me. So I've always been very open about my consumer and my relationship to cannabis. Which has allowed me to get to know people.
That's right.
Like in different parts of the industry, but also to have the conversation about cannabis in a totally open and natural way. So
how do you rolling into this industry when you start smoking 15 years ago? How? And how old are you now? I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm 36.
36, okay.
So I started when I was around 21. With friends who were using it. And my relationship with it was always very enjoyable.
Okay.
I remember back then I started smoking in those bongs.
Bong. You
made
start
out
at
of
the bong.
the bongs made out of
plastic water. Okay.
Who would get so gross after the time. But so every time, like all the time I've smoked, I felt it has been good to me. And at some point, being in Mexico, I dropped my job and I said, it's time to do something in cannabis.
Okay, so that's how you're rolling into it. Like, what was your thought on that moment? Why beautiful lady, 21 years old, wanna jump into cannabis? What is the situation in Mexico?
At 21 years old, I was still not in the business. My enrollment in the business was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
And that being in Mexico, I dropped my job and I said, I want to work something around cannabis because I've been surrounded by so many people who are curious about cannabis, and I am always that person that they come to for information.
You already have passion on that.
Exactly. I love it. I love what it does. I love when the people get together to smoke. I love how it feels when I'm angry. Like in different states, I have learned to love the plant. So I said there needs to be a point where I need to work in cannabis, something. I don't know what it is.
Okay, and you started coming in.
And I started Naty Tokes.
Naty Tokes.
My Instagram account.
Yeah.
And I started talking to people and following people who were in the business.
Yeah.
And sharing my thoughts about cannabis.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, people started liking my content. The brands
I can see
started
from
liking.
the subscribe.
Exactly.
If anyone wanna subscribe, please go and subscribe her too. We will put your IG here.
Yes. Yep. Thank you. So yeah, people started liking my content and the way I was explaining cannabis. So it all started changing into a more developed work, which is as brand ambassador. I started working with brands, and while doing this, I've been collecting data for what the customer needs. So this is how I became a cannabis concierge. Which I provide my customers with guidance for them to explore the cannabis
industry on that moment, right?
Exactly, with a more focused experience in what they want, what are their needs, so they could have a very amazing cannabis experience. So this is kind of like what I've been doing in the cannabis industry.
Okay. So you make me want to know, that's like, on that moment that you start your cannabis like influencer, that's what's happening in Mexico.
Yeah.
And then from what you see, because in Thailand, we just legalized 1 year. And very new for us. But Mexico, are they legalized?
Yeah, well, Mexico, it's still running everything under a gray area.
A gray area.
Because the Supreme Court said it was unconstitutional to prohibit cannabis. So you can't get a permit. You have to ask for it and go through a certain steps to get a permit that allows you to grow, transform, and transport. And it also allows you to share,
or kind of like for consumer to share.
Correct. From consumers who are doing it legally. So I can share with another one who also has his permit to share. Based on that, I am a partner in the first totally legal cannabis club in Mexico.
Let me know more about cannabis club. This is on my list. I have to know about this. What is the cannabis club?
Okay, so my partners, who are very great lawyers, saw they found the legal strategy to be able to have these cannabis clubs with everything as legal as possible under this gray area. So we are able to provide our members with legal cannabis by, first of all, doing all the legal procedures for each of our members so they can have their permit and be legal. And then all the structure that we have, since we can share by a membership, we can provide them with this legal cannabis. We also do a lot of events where we have created a very big community.
That's right. If you're doing that, for sure.
Of people who are coming together. My lawyers are also providing advice to other people who want to create these cannabis clubs. because the main goal is for more people to be doing it in a legal way, for more people to get their permits, so the government is forced to
that's
regulate.
That's pretty much, you know, same like in Thailand. So that's 1 year that we've been passing. We start to legalize on last year's 1st of June.
Okay.
By no law, nothing, because the government, they're trying to set up some law, but in the White House, people not vote for it.
Okay.
So every time that people bring this thing up, no one vote for it.
Okay,
so they drop down. But the government look like they might gonna get a lot of tax if they can do this cannabis thing, you know, so they keep pushing by, okay, they don't care the law, they just do it under public health department.
Yeah.
So, okay, we got a many control rule because it's fast and it's very new. So they come up with for the dispensary like me, we have to do company register, go doing the license at the public health department, and many process keep going on. But now it's look like they all still be free tax, because in the Thai cannabis, if you're growing, you don't have to pay any tax right now.
Okay.
So I think government, they're working on that right now. But before, what the dispensary have to do is, when we're selling weed to one people, right? For example, if you come to buy weed, first I will have to ask your passport. Every month I have to send the reports, like how many people buy weed from the dispensary. So we have to keep doing that every month. That's the only thing that a public health forced to do. But they also have some.
But do you have to give the names and all the details, or only the amount of number of people?
Name, passport detail.
Wow.
How old? Date of birth. That's it. But that's pretty a lot too. And then we have to send reports every month to the government. And then they have some more other controlling rule under public health. For example, like the dispensary, when you sell, customer cannot smoke in the dispensary.
Yeah, this is something that's very interesting for me that I didn't know, but I'm interested because I think most of the people think that Thailand, everything is legalized, so people.
That's what people still
think that here you could just light a joint anywhere you are, smoke everywhere.
Let me explain all for you, and then let me tell the story about Thailand. So before the cannabis legalized last year, they've been pushing this for 3 to 4 years already. That means the legalization on last year is the last legalized for a bud flower. So they legalize the root, the plant, the leaf, and everything already. So before, people can grow for leaf, for the root, but the bud cannot do anything. And then now, it's just last year, so they legalize all parts of cannabis, and then we celebrate, just like a big gift for us last year, you know. They let people from prison, about 22,000 people, and many people that's still in the case problem at the court. They release everything.
Wow.
So that process been doing for 2 to 3 years already. So
That's
after
amazing.
that, many dispensaries come up because the only thing that you have to do is just the licenses for your dispensary. Go
Okay.
public health, do licenses, register the company, doing taxation thing, blah blah blah. Finish, then you can have your dispensary open.
Okay.
Okay. You know how much for the license?
How much does the
3,030 baht, $100.
Oh my god. That is
That's-
super cheap.
Wow,
Wow, that's crazy.
I still remember it's 3,030 baht only.
Wow, okay.
If you right now, if you register online, you don't have to pay 30 baht. That means you have to pay only 3,000.
Oh my god.
That's
wow.
very cheap, and then
Yeah.
that's the only thing that the government got the tax back from that. Okay, and anyway, they come up with many rules, but now people just not really understand much about the rule or the law. So for example, any kind of extract THC that over
Ooh.
than 0.2%
Uh-huh.
as still a drug number 5.
Okay.
Except the bud, except the flower, they're still on a drug number 5. Yeah, and then or import thing, everything not legal. So everything had to grow here in Thailand.
Okay.
And then the farm had to do register on the website, which is free register.
Okay.
Farm to open, we don't have to pay any tax. No.
Okay.
Uh,
No, so no taxes on the farm.
No.
Only taxes on the dispensary.
yes.
Okay.
No tax
And
on the
it's
farm.
So fast. And how long does it take to get?
On that moment, because many people trying to open dispensary, so it's a little bit take time. I have like nearly a month for me, like 25 to 30 days after
still,
sending the paper.
It's still not.
Not
Not too
long
much,
too, right? That's right. And then yeah, that's the only lead tag. But
So I think that's why also I have seen so many shops here
That's right.
in Thailand.
more than 7-Eleven now.
Yeah.
Now we have over 2,000 register, 2,000 licenses
Only in Phuket?
only in Phuket.
Oh my god.
And
that's crazy.
imagine there is still many shops that not register yet.
Yeah.
So I think only in Phuket that's like 3,000.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And then
I've seen some. One thing I must comment is that I really haven't been to many shops.
Yeah.
Because I like also the places where I feel good and it's nice. I like to experience that more.
Yeah.
But like, so I was the other day at the weed tasting here in
Yep.
Phuket High,
Yeah.
and I must say that the quality was so spectacular
Oh,
of the flowers.
ขอบคุณครับ. Thank
But
you.
not only that, but
The
like how everything was so well done, executed.
Yeah.
How everything was like well prepared with the information and everything. I thought it was like really.
Thank you. You know,
Very-
that was first time for us to doing that. Yeah, but I'm very appreciate that you join us too on that day.
Yes,
Yeah.
I loved it, and I said I was like, wow, the quality that is being shown here,
Yeah.
it's really amazing.
Oh,
like,
thank you.
yeah,
From last year to 1 year, weed quality was climb up a lot.
okay,
That means it's get more open information you know. Have many foreigners that come and then teaching Thai people, or many foreigners that come and then coming to this business here in Thailand.
That's amazing.
And then they bring in like some good knowledge teaching Thai people, and I can see the quality right now was better and better on every harvest.
Something I have seen a lot. So in all the travels, I have been able to see how the community behaves and what they're doing and what they're offering. And one thing that I noticed is that in Thai, here in all the events, the most talked about subject is rowing. Like most people talk about rowing. There's other places where people talk about extras. There's other places where people like talk about business mainly. But here I've seen it everywhere, like really on the growing and on having like really amazing
I can say in the growing market now, people are crazy a lot about auction the strain, like auction the clones. You know, one clone, some auction, just one clone, 30,000, 40,000, or it starts around 20,000. So people in Thai, because I think because it's just the beginning, and soon they're gonna follow USA, follow Spain, whatever, I think. But now because it's just in the beginning.
I also think that every place faces different things, and the way they do it, they might have some ideas from here or there, but every place needs a regulation that is like more attached to that place.
That's right. And I forget to explain about us, because about we cannot smoke in the dispensary. So that's why I have my home near the dispensary. So I can take my friend to my house and then smoking at my house, my office. But you just have to buy and then going back home. And then the product at the shop need to have an FDA approved for selling, except the bud. And other thing, still. But soon, I think, because now we have the new government team, the new PM, new Prime Minister. Soon, I think they're gonna changing.
I heard that he wanted to go back to only medicinal or something like that.
They say they wanna focus on the medication.
Are you scared of that? Or does it change anything?
For me, whatever they change to, I'm gonna jump into it.
Okay, wow, that is great.
If they want us to change anything, yes, we will have to change for them, for sure. But for me, cannabis can't go back to narcotic anymore from last year.
Of course.
And
I think once you legalize and it can be like used along with everything, you start naturalizing the consume of it or the use of it, and then you can't go back to prohibited. Like people already know, it has opened more doors for more people to get to know about it, to get to experience it, to get to enjoy it, or to recreational, or to medicinal, or for as food or whatever their consume is. To be able to experience it in a legal market is way different.
I think from what you see in Thailand from what you stay like 5 days, compare with where you live, it's just much different now.
Yes,
It is,
of course,
right?
of
Because that's
course.
still great.
Correct. Of course, being able to have it
Yeah.
open or sold freely is a huge difference.
Yeah.
But again, in every market, I've seen something different. And like I've experienced the clubs in Mexico, that everything is like very under the rug, trying to see what's most possible.
I think now around the world are pushing the cannabis, like many countries.
Yeah, but then
Why
like
not?
Spain, I've also been to the cannabis clubs in Spain and to a big expo that's called Expanabis.
Have you been there for sure in Spain?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about Spain?
Yeah. So I went to Spain to this expo, which is the biggest expo, cannabis expo in Europe.
Yeah.
And I got to live all this experience and the experience of the cannabis clubs. And again, I think the cannabis clubs are also facing a lot of problems trying to keep under that great area, but also they're always being attacked with new regulations. They close down their places because they can't have people smoking outside and many other things. But it's still it's a place where people get together, which I think is very important because we must understand that also like cannabis is not only smoking, it's part of being part of a community, being able to share your smoke with somebody else.
That's the thing that I'm trying to put.
That only happens under legal kind of places.
For example, I heard that in Spain, like you cannot have even just a plant.
Exactly.
Right?
So you can't grow, and I think also like if they catch you with cannabis outside, you could get in trouble because. These are like places where you can consume, but they're not supposed to sell anything, and you're not able to carry it. So there in the law, it's still very like not too open, and it doesn't let you. But still, people are using cannabis all over the world in different ways. And governments will start to understand this and to be more flexible on their look for cannabis.
Hopefully, hopefully all around the world legalized and everyone gets
as I said, definitely every place has like something memorable or different, and I could see that, or at least what I have experienced is that since it's focusing on cultivating very amazing cannabis, that will create like a standout for Thailand. But also what's important is community, doing things always consistent.
That's true.
Being able also to provide for customer different ways to be able to connect to cannabis, but with different experiences. Not just for stoners, but understanding that cannabis consumers are everyone. Like from very old adults who are using it for pain.
That's right.
Who are using it for depression.
That's right.
Or other people who just want to use it for different things.
That's
hear
right.
music,
That's
to
right.
see
It's
a
not
movie.
just about high or about stone. That's right.
Correct.
Cannabis is not just about that.
Yeah, and when the market starts understanding it,
Yeah.
it will capture more people.
For
'Cause
sure.
A lot of people are very curious about cannabis, and it's amazing to be able to provide these safe spaces
Yeah.
where we can talk about it, where we can share our experience, where we can educate people. I think
Yeah. I want to do all of that, you know.
I could see it.
Yes,
I've seen
do all of that
it in how you're getting together,
Yeah.
every part of it, the community that you create, the brand. Definitely, it stands out. And it's amazing to see this level.
Yeah.
For me, it's really nice to experience this because also I went yesterday to another
Event?
No. At the event, we stopped at the beach and I went to a dispensary
Yeah.
that I'm not gonna name, of course, but whose flowers looked so old and deteriorated that at that moment I thought,
I'm
like,
sad.
wow, I am so happy that I am getting to experience cannabis on this level that I'm experiencing it, because I know also, since it's not a market that's too regulated and all that, then there's everything in the market.
Yes.
There's like very, very shitty weed or old
yes.
or whatever.
There is, yeah,
There's
lots.
people who are telling you, yeah, you buy 2 and 1 free, and I don't know, giving you like these crazy promotions that it looks a
But
little bit.
many shop that have kind of like you say, are so many, they are down close the shop. Many shop have been closed right now. The one that's no have standards or you know, I also have the same experience like you. I had to buy a moldy weed for like 500 baht a gram. When I walk out from just the door to the road and I have the light, I was like, oh, moldy. So yeah, it's many experiences right here. Do we want to talk about empowering female?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. So I want to know about empowering female.
Same.
Yeah.
So again, I do many different things in the cannabis industry because I've been just trying different approaches.
Yeah.
And one of the things I've created is events and spaces for women in the cannabis industry.
Yeah.
And I've focused on creating like a really big and tight and safe net of women in Mexico who are in different places in cannabis and not in cannabis, like just a net of women. Because although this is still an industry that is mostly masculine, there are these spaces for us. There is this space for us to connect to the plant on a different level, because the plant does have this feminine energy, this healing energy that we connect to. So being able to have this this getting together of the female energy with the plant, and being able to create more space for women to feel safe in an industry that very different from other industries. I think we do have the most percentage of women in leading jobs in the cannabis industry.
Yeah, same kind of like in Thailand, you know, the own generation people still not very kind of acceptable about like lady in the cannabis much, but just 1 year legal thing happened. I don't know. I see like many lady influencers who growing weed and content like that. People are keep interesting a lot,
Yes.
you know.
Yes, and there's data that confirms that, like in the United States, the leading consumer of cannabis are women. Who are spending more money on cannabis, and we must understand that also, since cannabis is not only smoking weed, you know, cannabis and our approach to cannabis is to health also, because we as mothers are giving it to our family instead of pharmaceuticals. We are, you know, sharing it for healing, sharing it also to expand our minds and create these spaces. So yeah, my enrollment basically is to create safe spaces for women in the cannabis industry. I always come, actually, when I came to Phuket, before I came here, I started following a few women that I saw in the industry here, and I got connected to Gabi, which I wrote to her like, hey, I am Naty Tokes, I'm a cannabis concierge, I would like to meet women in the industry, it would be nice to connect. And
what's her name again?
Gabi,
right? Gabi, okay.
The queen, the cloud queen.
Gabi, yes, the cloud. Gabi and
then,
Jason, it's amazing.
You know, like connecting to her has opened for me such an amazing experience to get to know such amazing people. So yeah, I'm all about having that and always connecting to the women and letting them know that there's a space to be taken, that actually, although it's still a masculine industry, I feel that people are very welcoming also.
Yes, that's what I can feel.
And we belong there, and we will be there. So,
you know, the community here, soon they will start to get like better, stronger, and stronger soon. It just need to take time a little bit. But the 6 now is very good. I mean, the feedback after legalized, which on lady side, many lady influencer that's doing very good job, many good grower lady. In our farm, we have Anita, who lady, like beautiful, but she growing.
I love it.
Very nice.
Women are doing everything in all the parts of the industry, you know. And it's amazing because, you know, it's been so stigmatized for women in different areas. So when you see mothers or old caretakers and, you know, everybody in different places of the industry, but coming together with this love for this plant, and who we are bringing home for healing, for enjoyment, but you know, like in this feminine way. So yeah, I love to connect.
Cannabis is bringing a lot of the things for me too. I can say, have better life. My daughter have better life. I got 2 daughters. By the way, they all have a better life. Now we have staff like over 20 people.
Okay.
Everyone have a better life.
Yeah.
So that means cannabis is changing a lot too in Thailand. Okay, then today I think everyone got pretty good information, and me too, you know, can know about what other country doing right now, and then hopefully in Mexico they'll legalize there soon. By what you guys doing, by what the club that you told me, it's gonna be exploring.
Yeah.
And again,
definitely.
I'm
Keep
very
on pushing for that.
I'm very appreciate you today that come to join our podcast number. And my follower,
Number 11.
yeah,
Ding, ding.
please, I'll put her IG right here to go and follow her. And yeah, so today we have finished the podcast. Thank you so much, Naty. Thank you for your time.
Thank you too for inviting me and being part of this that you are creating. That I see that it's created with love. And I'm very honored to be here.
So hopefully see you in Spanish Cup.
Yay!
I guess. So thank you. Bye bye everyone. สวัสดีครับ